Sun cast a shadow, a digital line is coming over the mountain and over your mind. Double down your Bitcoin, hang on for the ride. We're moving into the future, one block at a time. We're moving into the future, one block at a time.
Welcome to Once Upon a Coin, documenting the ongoing history of blockchain and cryptocurrency. And as always, I'm your storyteller, Jason Cassidy. It's rare nowadays to see a company from the first epoch of crypto still exist in modern times, let alone be relevant and thriving, given just how much evolution has taken place in the industry over the years. But that's exactly what we're looking at today, a company that's been a staple of the cryptosphere for over a decade now. It's carved out a niche for itself in the space due to its unique look and penchant for breaking the big stories in crypto that we all care about. This is the story of CoinTelegraph. Oh yeah, this is another favorite of mine, to be honest. I just love stories that have so much history to unpack and longevity to admire. If we're gonna do this story justice, then we really do need to start at the very beginning. So let's go back in time to a different era in blockchain, 2013 to be specific, because CoinTelegraph was launched in October of that year by crypto entrepreneur Toni Lane Casserly, known as the Joan of Arc of blockchain. Given how early on into the global blockchain story this was, it shouldn't come as a surprise to learn that the publication focused most of its efforts on reporting on Bitcoin and Bitcoin-related events. It gained a lot of attention right out of the gate, given that back then there wasn't much competition to deal with outside of CoinDesk, who themselves had just launched months prior. CoinTelegraph and CoinDesk are the only two major publications from this time period that still exist today, and both their stories are rather compelling. So compelling are they that we actually have an episode dedicated to CoinDesk's story. Getting back to CoinTelegraph, they launched at a pretty good damn time, at the very peak of the great bull market of 2013. This meant that the news site had no end of hot and in-demand stories to publish to the growing readership. It's probably time to highlight one of the most recognizable and endearing aspects of CoinTelegraph, one that sets it apart from all other publications of its era. They brought crypto news to the world in the form of custom art, sometimes bordering on cartoonish in nature, while other times resembling more of a well-put-together comic book spread.
CoinTelegraph has been strategic in that they place a lot of emphasis on graphic design. Tweets with images, with interesting images are likely to get, sort of high engagement. They've done a really good job of ensuring that their articles get shared more than most others, for example.
It was a noticeable difference from virtually every other news site, crypto or otherwise, and its lighthearted approach resonated well with the blockchain public. Before too long, their willingness to zig while the rest of the industry was zagging started to really pay off. Beyond that, it has the regular type of reporting that you'd expect from a media outlet, with market analysis, research reports, video content, and podcasts. It also publishes features on the top people in the industry, has its own magazine, offers marketing and paid promotions, and even has the ability to view the website in over 10 different languages. Once 2014 hit, the bull market was put to an abrupt halt when the implosion of Mt. Gox took place, sending the price of Bitcoin and all their altcoins crashing back down to earth. The chaos that ensued from this shit show was truly legendary, so Mt. Gox will be getting its own episode in the future, as it's a story that's probably worthy of its own feature-length film. As you'd expect, CoinTelegraph was there with the coverage throughout the entire fiasco, helping people make sense of what was becoming a rather ugly and convoluted situation unfolding in Japan. It's around this time that the outlet began to expand its coverage to include altcoins, which were now making a major impact in the blockchain space. Sure, the industry was now suffering from its first major collapse of an early crypto titan, but that wasn't stopping the innovation from occurring. Quite the opposite, in fact, with more and more new altcoins hitting the scene and new faces popping up with something to say about it all. The London-based news outlet continued to gain steam as the calendar flipped to 2015, bringing with it a continuation of the previous year's bear market. Nevertheless, CoinTelegraph expanded its reach and focus to capture the attention of people outside of North America and Europe, realizing that blockchain was fast becoming a global game. They also raised the bar for all other outlets by offering more multimedia content, including videos and dedicated podcasts. A good example of this was the Bitcoin podcast, which took a much deeper dive into the ever-evolving world of Bitcoin. In 2016, another year of basically boring sideways price action, the company continued on its quest to grow a global audience when it made the site available in Spanish. This move ensured that a large portion of the still growing cryptocurrency audience would now get access to the industry's best reporting in their own language. While there wasn't a whole lot to get excited about during the crypto winter of 2014 to 2016, it wasn't like noteworthy events weren't taking place, because they were. The spectacular implosion of the DAO, the Satoshi Nakamoto head fake that was Dorian Nakamoto, and the early days of the ICO boom. CoinTelegraph was front and center for it all, making sure that their readers were the first to know about all the important developments happening in the industry. And that's probably a good thing, because by the time 2017 came calling, the bear was getting ready to go back into hibernation for a while. It was time for the next great bull market in crypto to begin. The surge in both price and interest around crypto greatly benefited many companies, and CoinTelegraph was definitely one of them. To put into perspective just how much action the outlet was receiving, in March of 2017, the site welcomed over 6.7 million unique visitors. In addition to this, they were able to generate over 57 million unique views, with just under half of this coming from North America itself. Naturally, they looked to capitalize on this influx of new users by once again spreading their wings. This came in the form of their own cryptocurrency conference called BlockShow, which put on 2 events that year. BlockShow Europe took place in April over in Germany, and later that year in November they ran it back again when they hosted BlockShow Asia, which took place in Singapore. They also now had an ICO calendar, realizing that this was a craze that was not going away anytime soon, and appreciating that a non-trivial amount of their readership were now looking to take part in the most pervasive and disruptive form of crowdfunding to ever exist. By the following year in 2018, the bull market had run out of steam, but this didn't stop CoinTelegraph from finding innovative ways to keep themselves in the game. They held another BlockShow Europe conference in March, and this one brought in a healthy 3,000 attendees. They also continued to expand their reach by making the site friendly to readers in Chinese, seeing that the growth of user adoption in Asia was now outpacing North America and Europe in many sectors of crypto. Over the next few years, the publication released various features such as CoinTelegraph Labs, which will provide in-depth market analysis to investors to help them stay on top of the biggest trends that were taking place in the blockchain world. The new decade has brought a plethora of developments for them too, such as the research terminal which debuted in 2022. This was done to serve the growing number of institutional players that were entering into the market, going well over and above what the average individual investor would expect when doing research on the crypto and blockchain markets. They also fully embraced the now thriving NFT or non-fungible token movement, going so far as to debut the Historical Collection. The Historical Collection allows fans to mint NFTs of their favorite CoinTelegraph stories, and given how unique each story is due to its custom art, this is a pretty cool feature. If you're big on apps, then they got you covered here too, with representation on both the Google Play and Apple App Store. And they're still at it when it comes to keeping pace with the industry, having launched their own accelerator program to help spur innovation in the Web3 space in January of 2023.
I think that they will be the dominant force for the foreseeable future. How long they stay is really an open question. I mean, we see with crypto really anything can happen, particularly given the fact that crypto is an industry where a lot of media outlets haven't really lasted that long. When you have a brand that has been able to sort of put out news and be respected and not go through any major scandals. So I think that's something that works out well for them.
Today, they have over 150 people working globally around the clock and over 20 million readers worldwide. This pretty much ensures that they're always going to be able to tell the stories that matter the most, no matter where on the planet they originate from. On a personal note, I've had the opportunity to work with CoinTelegraph on many stories over the years and always came away from it having a positive experience. They've become an iconic presence in crypto at this point, having made such a big impact that they've actually begun influencing other news sites that have copied their custom art design strategy. They do say that imitation is the most sincere form of flattery, so there's that. Simply put, CoinTelegraph has accomplished a heck of a lot in its lengthy tenure in the blockchain space, with many crypto OGs having grown up with them over the years. And while you won't hear me accusing them of being perfect, they've definitely done a lot of things right to still be here over a decade later. still bringing us all the most important stories in the industry. I hope you enjoyed today's stroll down memory lane. Until next time, have fun and enjoy life, my friends. I'll be back soon with another incredible story to tell you.